It was horrible. I lost my four-wheelers, lost my house, lost my all my toys and everything. And I took up like a hiatus, and I remember I remember I had to move in my folks' house, and my wife was, there was a bed there. It was a twin size bed that my mom had available in this room upstairs. And it's all because I did not want to do the hard work, wisdom. But my wife had laid down on the bed, and I was sleepy. I was tired. We'd been moving, and I tried to lay down next to her. She's like, "No, you can lay on the floor. You can lay somewhere else." But we're not sharing a twin bed. This was avoidable. And I'll never forget that moment. This is avoidable. That's when I started to embrace wisdom. Hey everybody. This is something new that I'm doing. I want to break you into it. I have wanted for the longest time to share the stuff I learned. And I learned a lot of crap, like just in an average day. These days, I learn more than I have in years in the past. So I'm explaining to you why I'm learning so much. Since 2017, I've been on this trajectory that involved me taking risk I've never taken before. I mean, I like money, time, people, travel, whatever it is. And that journey was really kind of started out with going into government contracting. And like, I will tell you the horror stories as we go through this. And, I'll share more with you every episode. I would tell you some crazy stuff about like, how people treated me and dumb stuff I did and all that. But a lot of what motivated me to go through what I've gone through is curiosity. I've had like 40 something jobs in my life. And then I heard this guy on the radio. He goes, "What's the definition of an entrepreneur?" And the other guy goes, "Somebody who has a unique distaste for being manipulated or controlled." I lost my mind when I heard that. And I knew at that moment I was not a good employee because I hate being told what to do. On the flip side, though, it was freeing, that some of us do need to be business owners. Some need to, work for other people and help bring vision to life. But I fully appreciate that I'm here to grow a business and lead from that side of the table. I have recently read the book Shoe Dog, the Phil Knight book about Nike. Let me tell you something. You hear all these smart people talking about reading books, but listen to them. There are strategies that are like, for $14, you learn billion-dollar strategies. Let me tell you how stupid I feel not reading a lot of books these last few years, and just like muddling through and trying to figure it out. I mean, I read Shoe Dog, and Shoe Dog changed my life. I went out and did me an NIL deal, found me a star athlete to help showcase what the company could do. Heck, we're going all in. I mean, we're taking chances and doing stuff that we just never would have thought of doing just from reading one book. So I guess I'm gonna read some more. Anyhow, this whole thing, we're gonna go back to curiosity. This is called the Curious Entrepreneur. Seeking wisdom and taking risks, would be proper today. I have always taken risks. I've always taken risks. No problem doing that. Did not really seek a lot of wisdom, but I definitely felt like I was still like God still loved me, like He still blessed me, even though I was taking a lot of risk and being kind of ignorant. Like I still felt great, and I've never really had any just super depressing pain in business. I mean, I've had some really tough times, but like my motivation was I want to try it because I want to try it. Never felt like I was stuck doing something I didn't want to do. until I reached this point where I had to shift, and I had to learn how to do the hard things, you know? So I was curious, you know, taking risks. And you learn that wisdom says sometimes you got to do the hard work and you got to go through the process, and because the outcome needs to serve more than my curiosity. It needs to serve some other people, it needs to serve the kingdom, it needs to serve community. You know, you never really know. I got into IT, and it was cool at first, and I was making good money, and I had a business. And well, let me clarify. Having a job for yourself to do is not having a business. That you're an entrepreneur, yes. I was an entrepreneur. Now I have a business, but I was an entrepreneur. So I was an IT entrepreneur, and I was doing okay. And one day I grew to hate it. I hated it, and I wanted to quit. And so I did. I lost everything. It was horrible. I lost my four-wheelers, lost my house, lost my all my toys and everything. And I took up like a hiatus, and I remember I had to move in my folks' house, and my wife was there was a bed there. It was a twin-size bed that my mom had available in this room upstairs. And it's all because I did not want to do the hard work, wisdom. But my wife had laid down on the bed, and I was sleepy. I was tired. We'd been moving, and I tried to lay down next to her. She's like, "No, you can lay on the floor. You can lay somewhere else." But we're not sharing a twin bed. This was avoidable, and I'll never forget that moment. This is avoidable. That's when I started to embrace wisdom, because wisdom keeps you from. It protects you. It keeps you from dumb stuff, unnecessary stuff. And I will say that I'm progressively learning to listen to my wife. She is, when you're inside the box trying to do the work, trying to figure it out, you can't see anything. You all you see is the walls you've created for yourself. But other people you trust, they can see outside. They're looking around and they're trying to help you. I learned a lot in that moment, and as I start to tell my story and just share what I've learned over these last umpteen years. I think I started my company in 2005. As I begin to share the story, I'm going to talk about the risk. I'm going to talk about the wisdom. I'm going to talk about the people. Talk about dreams I've had. I'm going to talk about how I make the moves I make. I'm going to talk about why we find success sometimes that other people don't. I have like a pretty crazy history in general with just how I've lived my life. I'm gonna share that as well. But we got a lot to learn about each other, and I'm hoping that when people hear this or see this, like, I'm not a coach, all right? So I'm not gonna coach you. But I do like to encourage and motivate, and like, shoot me an email, message me, like, "Hey, Randall, here's that touched me, and this mattered to me that you said that." There's a topic I want to talk about today that is important. You got to get over race if you're gonna move forward in business. It cannot be how you introduce yourself. It cannot be how you let yourself be introduced. It cannot be how you see your company. It cannot be how other people see your company. We're in a moment where if you just have a great company and you have a service available, people are buying. People are buying. The pandemic taught everybody about convenience. It taught everybody about being able to buy your time back. Instacart, Shipt, Uber, DoorDash, they all blew up during the pandemic, right? It wasn't because the service was so amazing, because sometimes the food at DoorDash, it comes cold, and you really don't know who's handling your food, if they're nasty or not. Same thing with Instacart or whatever. Uber, you don't know if these cars are, driven by competent people, but you do know that it bought you a bunch of time back. Instacart will show you in their app how much time you've saved. And I'm pretty impressed. Like in my cart, in my Instagram, not Instagram, Instacart, it shows me like I've saved, I don't know, like 80 hours or something crazy. Let me see. How many hours have I saved in here? Okay. I saved $521.03. And then I saved 83 hours of shopping. Like, that's pretty good, from where we were when everybody was just, constantly out running around doing as much as they could in a day and did not have time. This is the whole point of this is this right here. We all know that time is important. And if you have a business that can help people get their time back, now is your time. And if your business isn't modeled that way, I would highly encourage you to find a way to leverage what you do to make people's lives easier. Which brings me to a very important point. Some of you entrepreneurs, your business is not about you. You created it to go get other people's money and in hopes that they like what you have and they give you their money. Your business is now about them. It's not about you. That's one of the things I learned that was pretty profound. And you hear it, you know what I mean? You hear it, but it's not about you. Now, I will circle back to race. Given that it's not about you, I'm going to say that your customers may not look like you want them to look. They might not sound like you want them to sound. But what do they have that you want? Money, right? Yeah. We're in a space and time where you can get as much money as you want out of the market. Depending on what the business is and how you solve people's problems, you can pull a lot of money out the market. And I would encourage you to do that. So if I could recap, it's not about you. Get over yourself and whatever racial issues you have. You can go get the bag, as they say. Go get paid. We're not. Let me tell you what I hate. I hate seeing companies get awards for making $50,000 in a year. And then I know people who are in the trenches and they're making millions. They never get an award. It's almost as like people are being validated for doing nothing. They're doing nothing and they're getting boosted up. And people they you start to enjoy that. Oh, I got an award. I hadn't done anything. I hadn't hired anybody. I haven't done any philanthropy at a decent level. I'm just out here solopreneuring, and I'm so proud of myself. And I get awards. I guess I'm saying dig deeper. Shoot, take some actual risk. Dang it, it's just not about you. Anyhow, that's one thing. It's not about you. Another thing that, I'm not going to harp too crazy on tiny subjects, but I will say another big thing that I've learned lately is at some point you got to get out the way. Like, you're not going to solve all the problems. You can't be the CEO, the CTO, the CFO, the president, the vice president, the CIO, the chief of marketing, the head of PR, the head graphic designer, HR, legal. Let me see what else you can be. The driver, the insurance expert. You can't be everything. Entrepreneurs, if you're watching this, I want you to get out the way. Get out of the way of your own success, which means you got to put somebody else in the way. Now, you got to trust them. And I'm going to say it again. Don't try to hire people because of color. Just hire good people. Like, get over yourself and your ideas. You have a business that's designed to serve other people. It's not about you. If it's about you only, you need to be a rapper, And you're going to find out it's still about other people. Because if they don't buy your album, then what money do you make? You know, go do something else. But if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're here, if you listen to this, clearly you want some wisdom. Wisdom says it's not about you. Wisdom says it's about the money. The money does create impact. So let's focus on that. Money creates impact. You know, you can tell me that you volunteer. You can tell me all the great stuff you're doing and how money is not the focus. Okay, I hear you. My calling is to help other people make their vision a reality. That's just my personal calling. My company, though, is designed to provide aviation and defense services focused around training, engineering, and really moving aircraft around. See that car right there? I subscribe to that. This is my reality right here when it comes to business. My calling. Oh, that was the wrong card. That's the guy that works for me. That's my card. So my calling and what my business does are very different. But my business gives me the money to do my calling. This is just wisdom right here. It's wisdom. I'm telling you, it works. Like I promise you it works. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Let me tell you how good this feels. You have me, Randall Cottrell. I'm the CEO. All right, boom, right there. All right. And I hired a president. So I got out of the way. And I'm going to let the business grow as big as possible so it can create as much influence as possible. And we can go as far as possible. And our callings can be effective as possible. I'm not worried about me anymore. I'm not worried about what I want and what I got to have and so I can feel good today. I'm worried about what can this business do? How big can it grow? How much impact can it create? All with the understanding that it takes money. So y'all, let's get on the same page. It takes money. If you're listening to me, I'm going to talk a lot about money. Because that's just what it takes. I mean, yeah, it can be fun, but shoot, I just wrote my our company, like our core value statements. And I had this epiphany. I didn't even have, it's not what I thought it would be. My first one was do the hard work and do it first. Know why you're here. Everybody sells. Number 4 says it's okay to put it all on the line. Number 5, the team includes the CEO. CEOs, if you're a CEO of one, you're not a CEO. You go get a team and you learn how to deal with a team and be CEO in a team. Then we come back and talk. Team includes the CEO. Number 6, be kind. Number 7, crazy faith, no fear. If you don't have the balls to walk outside every day and fight for your life, you need to go sit down somewhere. Or we need to have a candid conversation. You need to say, Randall, I don't have the balls to do it. And if we can't figure it out in about 5 minutes of me jumping all down your throat, trying to deep reach into your soul and help you find them, then it's not gonna work. Let me say, there's one right behind Raekwon here. Enjoy the ride is number 8. Enjoy it, love it. Number 9, move on when it's time. Now that's wisdom I want to talk about right quick. My last piece of wisdom for today. Enjoy the ride, but move on when it's time. You may not be able to do this forever. For those of you that say, I would never sell my company. That's dumb. That's dumb. You are selling your company every day. I mean, that's the whole point, right? And if you say, well, I'll never sell it to somebody else. Why not? Why not? Come on, just tell me. Why not? Why would you not sell it? And most of y'all are thinking I would never sell it, but it ain't worth anything anyways. Shoot, I learned that. I thought I was worth a lot. I thought I was killing it. You let a valuation group come in, let a KPMG come in, or a Booz Allen come in, or Warren Averett and do a valuation on you, and you see what you're worth to the market. That's going to change your life. You're going to be like, well, shoot, I need to drive my value up. And all you're doing is just entering a space of knowledge that all the other successful companies have is that valuation, market value, and all these things are important. You should be worth as much as possible. You should be as big as you possibly can be, as strong as you possibly can be. I think probably for me, I wasn't exposed to that knowledge. But everybody, I'm going to expose you to so much knowledge. We're going to talk about mergers and acquisitions. We're going to talk about, hold on 1 second. Hello? Uh-oh. This is bad. I got to be there at 10:30. Sorry. I got to go to a meeting, but I left my clothes at home. My wife's bringing my clothes to the office so I can change. All right. Okay, you headed to the office now? Okay, call me when you get downstairs, please. Or getting close. I'm at the towers, yeah. Get when you're getting close. All right, thank you. All right. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm gonna share a lot of stuff with you that's tough. It's gonna be tough to hear. And, shoot, I don't know, especially about race. You got to find good people. You just got to find good people. If you're going to grow, you're going to find good people. If wisdom is something that you're searching for, please take this to heart. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own ideas of what race is and who you are and what you can do, and just grow your companies. Take some chances, do something bigger, more exciting. And if it requires that you hire somebody that doesn't fit your mold, doesn't matter. I'm gonna close with this though. Back to how I started with the Shoe Dog book. You can buy knowledge. And I'm telling you, buy it. Get as much as you can. And let your decisions be based off of actual data. Don't guess. I mean, I know some of y'all are just starting out. Some of y'all have been around for a long time, but don't guess. Just take the 3-4 hours it takes to read a book and give yourself a better shot. If it costs you to go get that attorney that can answer the question the right way, pay him, pay her. Don't guess. And don't ask people don't ask your friends. Don't ask people who don't even know what they're talking about, how they feel about what you should do. Don't guess. By the way, qualifying question right here. If you have a job, full-time job, and you're trying to do a business, I don't want you to call yourself a CEO. I want you to call yourself somebody who's trying to step into entrepreneurship full-time. Be very honest with where you are. Be honest. All right, let's recap. I'm going to close out. Get out your own way. It's not about you. Be honest about where you are and what you're doing. Take some risk. Be willing to leave when it's time. And ask the right people for information. Pay for good information. And read some doggone books. Anyhow, that's my serious part. I look forward to having a lot of fun with you all and just sharing as much as I possibly can. The way I think we're going to do it is like every other week. Is it every other week?
Yeah.
All right, every other week we're going to do something. So I'll usually have something pretty fun and pretty interesting coming up to talk about. Like next time I might talk about when we were looking at taking investment, the investor thought we were only worth like $1 million. Well, another person who knows how to place value on a company like we have is specific values for specific types of companies. He was like, well, no, you got to take whatever revenue they had and multiply it times 15.2 instead of what this guy thought was going to be 3 or 4 multiplied times 3. or 4. This guy's like, no, you multiply times 15.2. And so the investor's like, what? I thought I'd get a bigger piece of the company. Well, you thought wrong. Because why? I pay for knowledge. I wouldn't ask somebody else. I wouldn't, hey, show me what I'm really worth, specific to my industry. Oh my Lord, have mercy. You talk about a shock. Oh my Lord, that, 100,000, you think that the money is only worth, it was going to get this huge chunk of the company that money were going to put in, but no, not now. We're talking about tiny, 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 tiny. I love it. That's what wisdom gets you. I'm telling you, that's what wisdom gets you. Less pain, more progress. What was it like Nehemiah? Who built the wall? Nehemiah or Jeremiah? Was it Jeremiah? Nehemiah. I always get that mixed up. Man, Nehemiah, I don't know if y'all heard the story, but Nehemiah wanted to build a wall because he felt like God told him to build a wall. And then he went out there and he's like in captivity pretty much. But he was like, hey, King, I need to build a wall. King was like, dope, go build it. And here's all the wood, and here's the chariots, and here's this, and here's letters to get you through everything. And I'm like, that's how I want to live. Like, I don't want to be like, I need to build a wall. And let me go get my dull. This is my axe right here. I'm out here scraping trees, trying to chop them down. No. The king was like, no, let's go. I got tree cutters. I got royal forest. I got chariots. I got horses. Just go do what you got to do. And we don't talk about it. That's the kind of space that I started to move into lately, where you put it out there and people with resources are like, yeah, here you go. Have at it. That's where I want y'all to go. Is it Nehemiah? Nehemiah. I want y'all, you got be like Nehemiah. You dream big. I'm telling you, it's going to work. It's going to work. Dream stupid big. I'm telling you something. Investors hate small ideas and small numbers. They hate it. You talk about, oh, I need $50,000 to open my food truck. That's cool. Investors don't want to hear that though, because there's no legitimate return. They want to hear about, well, I need $500,000 because I can make $5 million on this business right here doing this and that. I mean, make it at least make it interesting. Dream a lot bigger, please. Shoot, that's all I got. I got to go to a politician meeting this morning. I got to get clothes on, so I don't. Because I have on a fishing shirt. But anyhow, see y'all next time. Curious entrepreneur, seeking wisdom, taking risk. My name is Randall Cottrell.